wanted to come back to Minneapolis with Red Bull because this is where I grew up. I grew up skiing at Highland Hills when I was 2 years old, moved up to Lutsen when I was 6, and grew up ski racing, hitting moguls, hit my first jumps up at Lutsen, and it's where I grew up. And it's really important to me. I've moved to a lot of places after Minnesota, but to me it's this is where my family is, this is my home, this is where, I was brought up.
At the first G-Tour stop, I ended up riding the chairlift with Grete, and she was like, I'm really thinking of going on an urban trip, and I didn't really know who else to invite, and I knew you would have a blast with it, do you want to come? And you can't say no when you get invited to something like that.
I actually had one of my first makeouts in this gondola.
Ooh, scandalous.
Super scandalous. My brother and I still talk about oh, we should go to Lutsen and just go hit our old runs one day. It was 12 years ago since I went there. When I got the word from Red Bull that I was able to go back, I was so excited because I was you don't understand, this is my stomping ground, every single thing from Split Rock to Harry Carey to Moose Mountain, I knew everything about that mountain.
This is Lake Superior. It's the largest body of fresh water on the planet. You know that?
Coming here, we find out we're gonna get 12 to 15 inches, and driving home takes us a little bit longer than we expected.
It's crazy how there's so many urban spots here, and I always knew it too, but it's cool. It's kind of funny how all these amazing professional shredders and skiers come from these great places like Jackson Hole, Utah, Colorado, Oregon, whatever, and they all come to the Midwest. Why? Because there's so much urban here that they don't know what to do with, and they see all these kids from Minnesota that are so good and hitting all these spots. It's pretty cool.
Minneapolis isn't really known for the urban because there's so many different opportunities in the city to hit different features.
I don't think people really realize why such good skiers and snowboarders come from Minnesota. And the reason I think people get so good here is because they have these constant laps. Today at Highland Hills, you can see with the speed rope tow, you can get 50 laps in 2 hours, maybe even more.
Well, I would say right when we got here, there was 100 kids from Newbora, the local ski twin tip club. The future of skiing, just looking at everyone at Highland Hills and Newbora, it's gonna go off. It's cool to see that skiing does come from the Midwest and the East Coast, so it's nice.
Going back home, I think if it's gonna be a -5 day, people are gonna be let's go in, it's so cold. Be dude, this is nothing. Have you been to Minnesota? We have it easy here. Stop your complaining, let's go skiing.